variety of challenges face a person who wishes to teach and research in law. However, I think that these challenges can be reimagined into opportunities to both develop as an academic and also promote the institution to which you belong. I would like to illustrate these ideas by considering two common challenges of teaching and two common challenges of researching in law. A significant challenge faced when teaching law is to make the content both educational and interesting. It is easy to provide high quality legal content nowadays. It is also easy to be entertaining, but the challenge is to be both. This provides an opportunity to develop as a teacher. Two strategies I commonly use. Firstly, I adopt a student-centered approach in order to be able to see the content from the perspective of student. For example, when I taught intellectual property law at Macquarie University, I was incentivizing students to become active through working in team groups. Exchanging opinions among students was really beneficial for everyone in the class. All the students had the feeling they have to argue about something and then share this with other colleagues. Secondly, I think it is really important to incorporate a discussion of current events when explaining application of law. This makes the learning really attractive. It gives a more detailed teaching approach. It transforms teaching into a tool for a more comprehensive perspective. Comprehensive here refers to actual understanding of what are the societal implications and what exactly happens when there is actual application of law. For example, when I taught intellectual property law at Macquarie University, I had the chance to discuss with students the intellectual property arrangements and the 12-month inquiry that was undertaken from the Productivity Commission after the Australian government request. The leading cause of student stress is often assessments. I always ensure that students see the connection between the content they are taught and assessment criteria and tasks. Students often very stressed with assessment, so one way to deliver positive student outcomes is to clearly explain the content of each lecture in advance through online university platforms and means. This in turn provides additional support and helps students to be well prepared before the assessment. It is also helpful to provide additional feedback on assessment tasks. For example, I was consulting students on the intellectual property law course and relevant assignments at Macquarie University by providing further feedback on the assessments for students when requested. Yet, if I noticed that student stress was about to arise because of forthcoming assessment, I was always recalling the fact that there are problems as there are always solutions. I really enjoyed to transmit a more optimistic perspective to students and help them understand that drawbacks are also part of the game of life, and such difficulties could help improve ourselves. Another cause of student stress is future employment prospects. I work hard to ensure that my teaching aligns with real-world situations and the students are well equipped to be competitive for the field they would like to work in the future. For instance, when I taught European Union law at University of Antwerp, several students were really concerned about the economic crisis and the side effects on the unemployment rates in Europe. That was when I started discussing about the additional support provided by the European Commission to countries that encountered an instant increase of unemployment as a consequence, as a side effect of the economic crisis. I argued that the European institutions have already set up the appropriate instruments to prevent further unemployment increase. Concerning the two challenges of researching in law, I would like to focus on challenges associated with my expertise and research interest. As response to this research challenge, I have employed 4 specific strategies. As indicated in my resume, I have already published in well-known journals, peer-reviewed journals, such as the European Intellectual Property Law Review, Intellectual Property Quarterly, the Erasmus Law Review, and the Publishing Research Quarterly. I have been involved as a head of the organizing committee for the last 5 versions of the International Conference on Information Law. I have also chaired a number of workshops in international conferences. For example, a workshop during the 12th conference of the International Society on the European Ideas at the University of Kaya in Turkey, as well as during its next version conference, which was hosted at the University of Nicosia in Cyprus. Since 2016, I have been working as guest editor for special issues published from the International Journal on Technology, Policy and Law. Since January, I have been working as guest editor for a special issue which is going to be published from the Erasmus Law Review journal. In 2018, I was working on a project in collaboration with the Maastricht University, considered for funding in the context of Marie Curie fellowships. And forthcoming September, I will work as a visiting fellow at the Edinburgh Law School for a joint research project on open science governance for a short term. In 2016, I was awarded a competitive research grant funded by the European Commission as part of the process of Erasmus Mobility Programme 2016, which gave me the opportunity to work on a project at the University of Trento in Italy. In 2017, I was awarded another competitive grant titled Acteur, funded from the Research Council of the University of Antwerp for a short research visit. In 2018, I was awarded the competitive research grant titled Both Climate Projecten, funded from the Research Council of the Flemish government. Last December, I was working on a successful joint research project application funded from the well-known Belgian research foundation called Flanders. I would really love to work for a highly esteemed institution like the Edith Cowan University. I do like working hard, and I'm willing to contribute in the reputation of the university. I would be more than happy to collaborate with other colleagues in order to maintain the high level of teaching quality and bring to the Edith Cowan University the 12th consecutive year of 5 stars teaching quality. Thank you very much for your time and your attention.